Okay.
Wait. I need my.
Pa.
You do that? I do this too. Okay. Pronti?
Pronto?
Sì?
Pronto.
Yeah.
Ok. Ciao ragazzi, sono Ciao e benvenuti ragazzi. Ok, but then
You have to wait a
yeah,
second.
exactly.
and
Otherwise it'll be look really weird.
I'm teaching.
I made this mistake before.
But I think I'm not ugly, never. It's always me. It's just a different part of me, okay? You don't swim like you talk. I mean, it's two different things, but you know, it's part of the same stuff.
Ciao e benvenuti ragazzi, sono Ferrari Lancia. Questo è il Post Definitions Podcast con...
Francesco Valerio.
Wow! Okay, we're not going to speak in Italian.
Yeah, it's better for me because my English is not very good, but I'm
no,
trying.
No, it's amazing. It's just
thank you. He's so sweet
with amazing accent.
No, yeah. My English is not very good.
It's a fun accent. Yeah, we're back after a little delay, and super excited to talk to Francesco. He is the right man to talk to about identity. Because, well, in a way, he has many identities.
Oh, that sounds like a problem or something.
Well, maybe we can unpack that.
Oh, sure, we can talk about.
And
thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being
here.
Thank
you so much. Thank you.
So let's dig into this. When I first met you, you were 15, and you were already doing some interesting things. You were a magician with an identity. And of its own, of your own, and as well as a Wing Chun champion.
Yes, that too.
And so my first question is, I think that since this started at a young age of you being like interested in like excelling at multiple things and pursuing multiple passions at once, like I would say more than the typical person. Where do you think that feeling that you could do that originated from?
Okay, so it's a long story actually. You already know that because we talk about that, and it's kind of heavy to talk because for me it's something very heavy in the bag. But it's the fact that okay, I was 15. I wasn't experiencing this stuff I'm about to talk, but I was like attracted by doing many stuff and living life 100%. But at the time, actually, I wasn't, It happened when a very good friend of mine passed away in one night, and I just realized that I wanted to, to do many things more because I realized that life can be very short and you don't even, know, it just disappears. So I was like, I have to do more things. I have to improve. I have to be better every day, and just look forward to many things. Like don't stop, don't close any door. Leave always the door open.
Yeah. What do you think if you didn't have that experience? Like I think there's still this motivator to live life well. Why do you think that? Why do you think that you need such an obvious motivator to basically do things you like and be happy with? Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know actually. It's very deep. I wasn't expecting this kind of question, but yeah, I don't know actually. I'm just looking through many things and wanted to do that. I'm just researching every day, and that motivator helped me. Like that feeling I had helped me a lot. But just from the starting, I was inspired by many different people, and I kind of took something from every people. Like my Wing Chun master, Paul Fernandez, I will say hi to him, and he gave me very many things, So I took something from him, then I took something from my magic master too at the time, you know. So my thing were like, I want to be like them, I want to be like him, but I can be both. And then I'm like, I'm sure I can't be both, maybe I can. So I started improving in both ways. And then after that experience, I realized that I can do even more things and do it better and do it very good and be passionate about everything. Because the thing that many people always ask me is, how can you be passionate in more things? Like I have one thing or two things and I get passionate about it. I'm passionate about everything I do. 90% of the things, I swear.
Yeah, amazing. I'm interested in like when I would maybe see like a very impressive person, maybe a famous person, I would think of them as different from myself, and maybe therefore maybe too distant from myself to see myself like making that my goal. You know, in maybe finding someone who's a little bit more relatable or close to my own personal identity as someone I would think, oh, I'm gonna strive to be like that. Do you ever feel like that, or what made you feel like, oh, this person is like? Did you ever think, oh, this person is so great, I can never be like that, or no?
In some ways, like there are some exception about the rule, but in general, I never feel like this person is too big for me. It's not about feeling like I can do everything. I'm the best. It's not that. It's just the ambition. I think that if you believe, you really believe, you can do 90% of the things. You can. This is just a rule for me, for my life, and for my view of life. So when I see someone who is like, let's say, a lot of money or a lot of getting attention, or a person who is very very good at magic, okay, I will try to get as close as that person is, if she or he inspires me. Okay, it's not like a copy. I take from them what I think is very good and I make it my own, and I get very close to them. But there are some exceptions. Like, I could never think to play football like Maradona, or box like Muhammad Ali, you know what I mean? It's like, there are some exceptions, of course. But when I see those players, or I don't know, from Maradona, for example, or Muhammad Ali, the boxer, I get inspired and I'm like, okay, I want to learn, I want to put myself into that, okay? I will be never be like them, but I'm getting close.
Yeah. Did you ever have a realization that you were spread out across too many goals, and that was holding you back in some way to being really good at one thing, or?
Yes, it happened a lot of times, and it was like my breakdown times. Like I was like, I have to do so many stuffs, but my motivation is stronger than that. It's stronger than that, so I never quit. I always go. It's never end until I win. That's my philosophy. And you have to live like you never fail. Yeah, like you will never fail. This is something.
Yeah, cool.
I don't know if you like what I'm saying, but this is my life.
Yeah, I like it. Do you think it's better to be motivated by like when you really love something, or when you really like just push yourself to push through pain, or is it something in between?
I think it's something in between, but both things are good. I mean, if you love something, okay, it will be natural. It's your natural, because you have like a seed inside that is growing, a plant, a very beautiful plant, but it's something natural. So my philosophy is get out of comfort zone, okay, find something. It's not like I don't like it, but I do it anyway. You can do that too. I did that too, but not for like a passion. It's not like I don't like boxing, but I will box anyway. Not like that, okay? Because you don't have there's no point on doing such thing. It's no sense, okay? But when you kind of like something, but you don't like a part of that something, and you stop because you don't like that part, that's bad, okay? Because it means you can be disciplined to achieve something, okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but if you love something, it will be natural. For me, magic was something like that, kind of natural, because one of my greatest friend ever, Alan, that became a magician with me in a moment where in Italy the magician was spreading. Okay, so we had a lot of success in that area because of that, because the magic stuff was spreading around Italy. So it was just a new thing, and we met these guys called Jack Nobile, okay, who teach us some stuff. And when I saw one magic trick, I get that feeling like, whoa, did hit me hard, like in the heart, you know. So I'm like, okay, that's day one, and I started, okay. But that was kind of natural. It's not like I want to do that. It's just, you know, I feel it, okay. That was.
Yeah. Can you tell me about your actual, your literal magic identity that you created?
Oh, this is very interesting. So, let's start. Okay, so we started doing magic with Alan Crocchetti, this very good friend of mine, that was the first person who showed me some magic tricks. But then it happened that we were, preparing our show, okay? And then we met a lot of other magicians doing these like reunions, raduni, we call it in Italian, and it was in the biggest magic shop in Italy that was called Asso Kappa, okay? And we met all there, and all greatest magicians of Italy were actually there, and I couldn't believe that. Because I was thinking when I went at something like, you are very good, so you are on the stage, and I'm not very good, so I will be here. But it's not like that. Like everyone is sharing a lot of information. So I was like very hit by that, you know. I had that feeling like, wow, I can learn here. So I meet many people, okay? And one of them was Diego Allegri, that actually is one of the greatest magicians in Italy. Diego Allegri, I say hi to him too. And if he's watching, of course, ciao Diego. And he was my magic master for a few years, like 1.5, 2. And then I met these guys called Dani da Ortiz. He's from Estepona, he's a very, great magician, And meeting him let me see that in all world, magic is different. In America, one style of magic is dominant. In Spain is another, in Italy is another. So I realized that the Italian style, there is something more like around poker stuff and always thinking about playing cards, and also stories with the cards were not enough for me. I wanted something different. And the Spanish style, like enjoying, happy, making jokes during magic tricks, was better for me. So I just followed that line, and Danny was like a breaker in this, because when I saw him first time live, because I didn't know him, and even if he's like the best magician in the world with cards, because he's like son in magic of one Tamariz that is like 90 years old. So it's like, he stopped, he's retired, but Danny is like his son in magic, and I'm son of Danny in magic, because I saw Danny as it break my life in two and my magic vision in two, because it was like this force of nature and full of happiness. And that happiness was like, okay, I want to do that, because it's all happiness there, So I started moving in that direction, and I changed my style completely.
And how about your name?
Yeah, okay, so I had an art name. It was kind of strange, because it evolved and was born because of the YouTube channel, because I didn't have a YouTube channel at the beginning. Jack Nobile had one, now it's like 3 million followers, but I didn't started a YouTube channel at the time. I don't know why, but I didn't. And I started later with the YouTube channel. And Jack Nobile, who really is his name, Jack Nobile seems like an art name, but it's his real name. And I was thinking that was his art name for like all my life, almost. And so I was like, okay, I need an art name in some ways. And I don't know, I was thinking about something that reflects my volontà of doing things, my will of doing things. So I noticed that will, it's still it's like a name too, like W-E-L-L, okay, will. So I was like, oh, this is intense. So I keep will, and then I needed something to do the surname, okay, and also to create a very nice name. And I chose fire, because it's like the fire that burns inside you and makes you do that things.
Yeah, super cool.
If you say so.
Do you ever feel like when you're jumping from one project, one passion, one identity potentially to another, you're acting quite differently, even in just like your conversational style, your personality.
I think that every area in which I work, where I work is different, because if you are talking in TV, you have to talk in a certain way. If you talk in a stage while you're doing a magic show, you have to talk in another way. Okay, so it depends on the stage. Or the situation. Of course, but I think I'm not acting. Never. It's always me. It's just a different part of me. Okay. You don't swim like you talk. It's two different things, but it's part of the same stuff. For me, it's the same. I don't know. I play football in a certain way. I speak in a certain way, but I can divide that speaking while I'm talking a podcast with you, or I'm doing my show at the TV. Okay, so it's very different.
Right. So it all comes naturally, and you never find yourself in like a new situation where maybe you're like, oh, who should I be now? But it just
no,
goes.
No. I never think about that. It's very natural. It's very natural, for real. Because I'm never acting. I'm acting just when I need to, like the show or the stuff requires it. But I never act. I always try to be myself.
You always tell us, me and Amelia, like that you say, it's your life. It's your life.
Yes.
And you talk a lot about your will, and basically your responsibility to do as much as you can with your life. Did you ever feel like you didn't have the autonomy to pursue what you wanted to, or do what you want to?
Yes, always, almost always. But I know it's sound like a controversy, like something strange, but I'm always feeling like, man, I can't do this thing. I'm like, I'm looking and I'm like, my God, this is very big. It's very too big. It's way too big for me. But I never quit. So I go, because I believe that if you stop believing, you are cutting out the possibility. If you try, maybe you succeed. But if you don't try, you will not succeed for sure. There is this quote that I like. You can say, one day or day one. Okay? One day I will do this, or day one. Now I'm starting. Okay? And I always try to do day one, never one day. Okay?
Yeah, gotcha. I feel like I think the same. Yeah, I'm never expecting myself to be good on the first day, and I'm okay with
no.
progress. Yeah.
Always a progress. You have to work hard every day to improve and do your best.
And you were also talking about being a ghostwriter.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel when you're writing for someone else, and they are then speaking the words that you wrote, or something like this? And also, what do you write ghostwriting for, by the way?
Okay, I'm different persons. Like, I know, like, this guy is called Redline. Is a rapper, and also some other friends like Willy. Okay, Willy Peyote, and I wrote some stuff from there, but it's never writing for them. It's always writing for me. Okay, it's like, I feel this thing, I have this beat, but because maybe a friend showed me that beat, and I'm like, oh, I like that, and I start writing on that about my life. But I think that if you are a good songwriter, okay, you'll never miss. Like, if I write a song, okay, you can sing it and feel the same sensation I feel, okay? Because is a song never needs to be specific. Okay, it tells you about the story, but gives you just some shades, some impressions about that. Okay, and you have to take it and make it your own. So whoever I'm writing for understands and make the song their song.
So maybe you wouldn't ghostwrite for something that's more literal. I don't know what that might be. Like, you wouldn't, for instance, maybe write, where a book where you're explaining like exactly a situation
No.
for someone else, because then it couldn't
No,
be
it-
interpreted
No,
differently.
it's no way you can do that
Yeah.
because it's like stealing something. It's like, okay, I'm gonna write that for you, and you have to be me. This is not. This doesn't make sense. You know, doesn't make sense. You have to write for yourself, and then if a person finds out that she feels the same emotion, means the song is good, and then you can use it, and you can sing it too. You know, you can think about maybe Elvis Presley doing the same thing. Remember, he doesn't wrote like all his songs. Many songs were wrote by other persons. Think about Hound Dog. You know the story about Hound Dog? He was from Big Mama Thornton and other blues singers from like very old times, like 1920. And in the 60s or 50s even, Elvis was singing that song, but it wasn't his song, you know? He just understood the meaning of the song, the feeling of the song. Even if it's not that deep song, but doesn't matter. It's just an example, okay? And he started singing that song, or maybe other songs too, okay?
Yeah, I'm also just thinking again about your motivation for doing the things you do. And you say, like, yes, you realize that life is fragile and that you need to make the most of the time. But what does it really mean to make the most of the time? Would you, like, you're actually creating things. You're creating this this TV show, the magic, producing your YouTube channel and the songs. Is the production of the thing, is that necessary? Or would you, if you were in an environment where maybe you couldn't actually, I don't know, have a, like, basically, let's say you were playing music every night, but it was never recorded, and in the end it disappeared immediately after you sang it. Would it still give you as much joy? Is that a good life? Or do you like that you're producing something and leaving it in the world? Or
The question is for me, or is it in general? Because in general, I would say it depends on what makes you happy. If you're happy with playing music every night and creating every night new stuff, and you're happy about the things that they disappear, but you don't care because you're just happy by playing music, you have to do that all life. For me, producing is very important because I like to see my baby. You know, when I produce, I don't know, maybe let's say I write a song, okay? I like to watch it and read it again, okay? Even if I don't play it, I just write it and I'm proud of what I did, but I never stop.
okay, amazing. Did you ever like look back and be kind of embarrassed or ashamed of something you had made in the past?
Well, I have no time for regret. We just move on, you know? But it happened sometimes, maybe, you know, it's always the same thing. If you keep improving, then when you look back, you are less. But you have to understand how old was I? Like when I was doing magic, how old was I? 15, you know? So I'm now a very different person because I experienced many, many things. I traveled a lot, so everything is very different now. But I never look back with regret because what happened is a part of what I am now.
Do you think you'll ever get to a point where you would look back and be proud of everything you make? Not like you get to a point where, you know, for the rest of your life you're gonna like that thing, or will you always change? And of course you said you don't regret the things, but like basically, I mean, it almost sounds like I'm asking you if you'll stop improving, but that's not what I mean. It's more like you might improve, but but that thing that you created could possibly represent you for your whole life. Is that possible?
For me, no, because I know sounds bad, but I'm never proud of myself. I'm always like pushing and pushing, pam 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 pam. Maybe it will be a point where I will be like, that's good for me.
Yeah.
I'm okay, because there is this great quote, I think from Gandhi or from Buddha, maybe from Buddha. It's like when you get in top of the mountain, you just have to go down then. And I changed that in when you go on top of the mountain, you just have to look around you and be proud. So maybe I will stop one.
Okay. Yeah, even like great philosophers I know about. Philosophers, they wrote something great, like Wittgenstein wrote something great when he was like 19 or 21 or something.
Yeah.
But then he changed what he thought completely, and that doesn't mean the first thing he wrote was bad. It just means that he changed what he thought.
I don't know. Do he regret that?
I don't know.
I don't know too. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the same philosophy as me, like telling, okay, I did this thing, this is very good, okay, but now I have to improve.
Yeah, it would be terrible, I think, if he kept what he thought, starting at 21. Though.
So you are saying the same thing I'm saying, you know?
Yeah.
You have to do that in some ways. I think you don't have to. It depends on your philosophy and your style of life. Mine is that one. And I hope nobody is saying, this guy wants to be the best, he's not, blah, 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 because many people are telling this about me. Like I'm showing off too much, you know, I told you about that. So, yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I just want to be that. I want to be the person who gets up every morning and want to be better than yesterday.
And
in any way, not just like better in talking, better in English, better in anything, even like doing some charity more or meeting new people. This is getting better because it's experience.
Yeah. Did you ever change what you were doing because of this this idea that you don't want, that you, yeah, of course it's not nice for people to say bad things about you, to say that, basically to accuse you of showing off. Does it give you less motivation to pursue things that potentially make you look like you're showing off, or
Gives me more.
Gives you more.
Because I don't know. I feel like when I'm attacked, you know, by many ways, I feel like I'm doing the right thing in some way. Because I'm always thinking about the people around me, why they are saying that thing. If for me it doesn't make any sense at all, like you're showing off and I know for sure that I'm not showing off. Like I'm putting videos or photos on just because I need to promote my stuff, you know, for that, and they are saying, oh, you're showing off, then I know it's not that, and then gives me more motivation to do more, to be better, always.
Yeah, cool.
But not always, because sometimes I'm like, oh my god, maybe I'm showing off, I don't know, you know, makes you think always.
Yeah.
Be criticized makes you think always.
But that's good.
Yeah, you have to accept the critics always, even if it's a bad one. You have to think about that. Then if it doesn't make sense for you, you go on. But you have to think always.
Yeah, because it could be a sign, but it could also just be
Nothing.
ridiculous because you know yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you can take hints from the outside. So I think that's probably a good place to wrap up. I think we're right around time. I'm not sure.
I will stay here like 3 hours talking with you.
Yeah, amazing.
It's so good.
We will maybe either way. Okay, yeah, we'll do another one someday.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, and you'll be a changed man by then. So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Very cool. Did you have any final notes you want to add?
Oh, I have many, but I will say just never stop believing, because I know it sounds stupid and maybe you heard it like a lot of times, but I really think that if you never stop believe and looking for your dreams and try to achieve your goals, okay, if you never stop, okay, you will win. You have to say to yourself, it's not over until I win. Can be, you know, you are on a stage and everyone goes away, you know, and you are not liked. You don't stop until you win, because if you think like that, you will for sure.
Great, thanks, Francesco.
You're welcome.
And with that, ciao ragazzi, and
Ciao a tutti, ciao.